All right, so we're diving deep into the Happiness Project today.
Ooh, yeah. Love this one.
Have you read it?
Cover to cover.
I think most of our listeners are probably familiar with it, at least a little bit,
Yeah, Gretchen Rubin dedicates like a whole year.
to being happier.
Yeah, like trying all these different things to boost her
The
happiness.
experiments and stuff.
Experiments, exactly.
But we're going deeper than that, right? Like beyond just the basics.
Yeah, we're going to pull out like the really useful stuff, the stuff you could actually like.
Apply to your own life.
Yes, exactly.
I think one of the coolest things about this book is how Rubin kind of like reframes what happiness even is.
Totally. It's not like this finish line you cross. It's more like,
A skill.
yeah, like a muscle you got to work out.
And she breaks it down month by month so
Right.
it feels doable.
Yeah, so you're not like, oh my gosh, I have to change my whole life.
Just like one little thing at a time.
Exactly.
I want to start with January because it kind of threw me off guard.
Okay.
Boosting energy. You know, when I think about happiness, I don't immediately jump to like,
Being energetic.
yeah,
But
she puts it first.
it's actually so smart, though, because when you think about it, if you're exhausted all the time,
I'm not going to be very happy.
exactly, like how can you even enjoy anything? And Rubin found that like really basic stuff,
Like what?
like decluttering your space, getting enough sleep, even just like moving your body a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, those things made a huge difference for her.
Okay. I can see that, I guess. But I feel like we all know we should get more sleep.
Right.
Easier said than done.
Oh, totally. But Rubin actually gives you like concrete tips.
Oh, does she? Like what?
Well, for sleep, she talks about setting a bedtime, like an actual time, and sticking to it,
Huh.
and having a routine to wind down at night.
So you're not like scrolling on your phone in bed?
Yeah, no screens for like an hour before you want to sleep.
Interesting.
Little stuff, but it helps.
Okay, so then February is remembering love.
Ooh, that one's good.
This is where she kind of throws a curveball. She says, don't expect praise or appreciation.
I know, right? I was like, hold on, what?
Yeah, but then she explains it and it kind of makes sense.
It's not about like letting people walk all over you.
Right.
It's more about like if you're constantly needing your partner to validate you,
Oh.
it can actually backfire.
Yeah, like you get resentful
Yeah, and insecure.
because they're not giving you enough praise.
Exactly. She talks about this idea of a scorecard in relationships.
A scorecard.
Yeah, like you're keeping track of who did what,
Oh, I see.
and that can get really unhealthy.
Yeah, it turns into a competition.
Exactly.
Then she follows that up with fight right,
Oh, yeah.
which seems pretty straightforward.
Well,
But I'm guessing there's more to it.
there is. She says, like, we all have these bad habits when we argue,
Like what?
like blaming each other, interrupting, bringing up stuff from the past.
Oh, yeah.
It's like digging up old graves
Right. Instead, we should be trying to understand each other.
and find solutions together.
So how do you do that?
Well, one tip she gives is to use I statements instead of you statements.
Oh, that's good.
It just makes things feel less accusatory.
Yeah, like you always do this versus I feel this way when you do this.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to March. Aim higher at work.
Oh, yes, the career one.
I think a lot of people struggle with this.
Finding that balance between ambition and burnout.
Right.
And Rubin's point is that aiming higher doesn't have to mean like becoming CEO.
Right. It could just be about finding more meaning in what you already do.
Exactly. Like, what are you passionate about? What are your goals? Even if they're small.
And it's about enjoying the process, too.
Yes.
Not just the end result.
She also talks about this idea of small wins.
Yes. I love that one.
Tell me more about that.
It's like, let's say you have a huge project that feels overwhelming.
Right.
But if you break it down into tiny steps
Okay.
and celebrate each little
Instead
accomplishment.
of checking things off a to-do list.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Each of those is a small win, and it keeps you motivated.
I like that. I need to try that.
Me too. I do want to jump ahead to a couple other months that really stood out to me.
Okay.
First, May, play and fun.
I love that she dedicates a whole month to this.
It's like she's giving us permission to be silly.
Totally. We're so serious as adults.
All the time.
And Rubin says that making time for fun can actually make you more creative and less stressed.
Makes sense.
And it just makes life more enjoyable.
I think we all need a little more play in our lives.
Definitely.
Okay, last one, November. Attitude of gratitude.
This is a big one these days.
It is, but I'm curious what Rubin's take on it is.
She's all about putting it into practice.
So not just like be grateful.
Right. She actually suggests keeping a gratitude journal.
Oh, like where you write down things you're grateful for?
Exactly. But she also talks about actively expressing thanks to people.
Saying thank you more.
Yeah. And like really noticing the good things in your life, even the tiny ones.
Like savoring them.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like a form of mindfulness almost.
It is. And research on gratitude is amazing. Yeah, it's been linked to like increased happiness, better sleep, even better physical health.
Wow.
It's some
Here.
powerful stuff.
So after a whole year of these experiments,
Mm.
what was like Rubin's main takeaway?
Well, she basically says that happiness is a choice.
You have to work at it.
You do. It's
Yeah.
an ongoing process of like conscious effort and self-discovery.
So it's not about finding this perfect state of happiness.
No, it's more about actively creating more joy in your life.
Like every day.
Yeah, day by day.
So if you're listening and you want like one thing to take away from this deep dive,
It's that.
small, consistent actions can lead to big changes in your happiness.
That's it.
Start a gratitude journal.
Declare your space.
Make time for fun,
And remember, happiness is a journey.
not a destination.
Love that.
It makes me wonder, like, what if instead of chasing happiness, we focused on creating it?
Through the choices we make every day.
Exactly. Just something to think about.
I like that.
All right, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the Happiness Project.
Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.